The case of 6 bodies that were found in Johannesburg has been postponed to 25 October. A man arrested in connection with the murders made his second appearance this morning. The bodies were believed to be those of sex workers, and they've had lobby groups calling on government to fast-track the decriminalisation of sex work. Newzroom Afrika's Zikhona Tshona is at the Johannesburg Magistrates Court, and she joins us now. Zikhona, good morning to you. And so this is a second court appearance, but there does seem to be disquiet inside court around the matter of the ID parade, which the state failed to carry out. What has been the explanation?
So the matter was previously postponed because the state said it needed time to conduct an ID parade. But today it told the court that it failed to conduct that ID parade, saying that the suspect refused to participate in an ID parade without his lawyer present. But his lawyer came out to deny that, saying that the suspect was in fact ready to participate in the ID parade last week, and that it in fact is the state that failed to conduct this ID parade. There was also another issue in court today. Previously, the suspect had told the court that he wishes to be moved from Sun City Correctional Services to Johannesburg Central Prison. That letter for him to move was meant to be available before court today, but it was not. The National Prosecuting Authority now says this shows that we are not fully prepared for today's court proceedings, given the fact that they have admitted that they failed to conduct the ID parade and they were not able to provide that letter before court for the suspect to move to the Johannesburg Central Prison. The court then had to take a short adjournment because the magistrate was adamant that this letter for the suspect to be moved had to be available before court today. A short adjournment for the state to then consult with the police for this letter to be drafted and to be available before court. Inside court and outside court, people are very angered by this case. In fact, inside court, the magistrate had to send out a very stern warning to people in the gallery who vocalized their anger at the accused. Outside court, people were protesting. We've seen families of the victims there, as well as sex workers themselves. As you've mentioned, the bodies that were found there are believed to be those of sex workers. So I'm going to talk to one of them who came out here today to participate in the protest outside court, just to talk to us about how your work has been altered by this. What are you doing differently now and how you work?
It's been difficult outside since this incident happened. Ladies, we are scared to work because some of us, we usually get money on the street outside. We are not used to go and stay in clubs. So now it's difficult for us to work. And I think even men now, they are starting to get scared to come outside on the street because gun shooting everywhere, and we never know who is passing and who. We are even scared to work outside. Like the past week, I've never been able to work the whole week. We are scared to work, and there is no money at all. It's been difficult to work. Yeah.
But you came out here today to protest outside court. Why is that important for you as a cause?
Because I'm still in pain, because one of the ladies was one of my best friends. We used to work together, stand together, talk. So I'm here to protest so that criminals should be put away, like the way he did. No bail at all. Because I heard the lawyer asking for bail. How come when a killer or a rapist, a murderer, a kidnapper, they should be put away? No bail. No bail. So it's important for me to be here.
Okay. Just the last one. I spoke to a family earlier on. They have not had access to the body of their loved one. And as far as you know, your friend, how far is the family in terms of getting the body and preparing for a funeral?
They are still waiting for DNA tests because they say they couldn't do the DNA tests sometimes. Like the day before yesterday, they did some, but not yet. So we are still waiting on the DNA test.
Right. Yeah. Thank you so much. That's one of the sex workers. They're saying it's been very difficult this past week she has not worked herself, saying struggling to make an income, and also saying one of her closest friends is one of the victims in this matter. So for her, it's very personal and very difficult. As you've mentioned, the court case of the suspect has now been postponed to the 25th of October. From what we understand, what was said before court by the state is that on Friday they will be ready to be able to conduct that ID parade. If I can just confirm, according to the NPA, for now, they only have evidence linking the suspect to one of those murders. So for now, the circumstances surrounding the other five bodies that were found there are still being investigated.
Quite an emotive story indeed. Zikhona Tshona, thank you very much for the time being.